Yeah, baby.
Let's go. Welcome back.
You turn the volume up on that?
No.
It got louder.
Dude, I feel like you were a little softer last week because TJ was like,
"Yeah, baby."
Whoa,
that's a good.
We had to use the soundboard over there.
It's a good voice there.
Welcome back, man. Welcome back to the show. I took filled a gap. I'm off 1 week, you're off the next. Just waiting for Tom just to hang it up.
Waiting for Tom to next year again, right?
Yep. Just need to take some more vacations, dude. But
I don't see anywhere I miss coming up. I think we're on a pretty good streak right now.
Yeah, unless something crazy happens. Shout out to look at the chat already popping over there. We got Rez with the happy anniversary week coming up over here.
That's right.
That is true. We appreciate that. 2 years is coming up this Sunday, the 15th. So we've got a 2-year podcast coming up, which is actually really wild to think about. Kind of crazy that we've been doing it this long. So
I'm impressed how consistent we are.
Dude, that's the big thing, man. It's just that's the hardest part about doing these streams and stuff is that it's easy to make some videos every now and then, catch a little bit of hype, ride the wave, but can you keep doing it, man? Can you keep doing it? Those are the people that are going to stick around, and through good times, through the bad, man. And I think we just kind of like getting on camera now.
Yeah, well, it's never like a situation where I don't want to do the show because I don't like doing it. It's just we do it so often that you do have those nights like Monday night, you have a long day at work. You're like, damn, I'd love to play some video games. You're like getting into it or something, or into a show. I've been watching, what's it called, TJ? The new boys show, Gen V. Yeah, I've been watching that. I was watching before this, and I'm just like really invested. And I'm like, oh shit, I got to get on like live. And it's like I would like to just eat some chocolate covered popcorn on the couch and watch that. It'd be great, but we're still enjoying the journey for sure.
100%. Well, shout out to everybody who also is enjoying the journey or supporting us along the way over here. Shout out to our chat. This is F35 Live, our weekly live stream. We're here every Monday night from 9 p.m. Eastern until we're saying about 11 p.m. Eastern. Maybe we make it there. Maybe we don't. We just see how the flow goes these days. We're not cementing ourselves anywhere. We're just kind of riding the wave and just seeing where it goes. So if you guys want to interact and have a fun long night tonight, just ask a bunch of questions in chat. And if you don't,
yeah. I was gonna say there's not a lot going on in this space right now to kind of keep our shows as long as we like to have them. Usually we like to hit that 11, and when things are busy, we get to those nights where we hit 11:30, whatever. But when there's just not as much minting coming out, there's plenty of news to talk about. But is it always something we're super interested in, or is it just kind of like, oh, that's cool, like it's great that project's doing that, but we don't need to talk about it though. There's not much more to say. That's cool.
Absolutely. Well, shout out to our early chat goers over there. You got J-Hub early over there. Arrow Art, appreciate it as well. You got Hugs Not Rugs, Moose Slayer, Rez. Shout out to Rez. Shout out to Shiny, our F35 mods. Shout out to One. She's sleeping right now, but is always going to say that GM in the morning. You got Man Your Business, Ronald Rodriguez, Garfield, Lasagna with the AO, classic. Hybrid family. What is going on? We got Malau Gaming over there. Shout out to the Derp community showing up. You got JK, Artico. I don't know if I'm still saying that right, but it flows a little bit better these days. Slumber Shark, dude, watch out before you cut it off. Also great getting to meet you, like I said, over at NFTLV. Got Oside 3000 with the burp. Shout out to him as well. Joe Guy, Alec, Grimmy, our resident F35 lore master, and Americo. And Edgar. Jeez, everybody's flooding in right now.
Jay Artico's video. I don't know if that's really him or not. That was funny.
Dude, the one with the plunger?
Yeah.
Dude, we need to I feel like we gotta start with the derps, I feel like, but now I gotta go find that video while I'm digging that up, because I did see that. It was in like the comment section, I think.
That was solid. I really laughed at that, honestly.
I had so many questions, I'm not gonna lie. Like, still have no idea if it was real, if it wasn't real. Have you listened to the audio on it?
It is a great job editing. Well, it says derp in the video.
All right, well, we're about to get on there. Let me go ahead and pull this up over there. Real quick though, before we do that, Arrow Art goes, yo, did you guys get banned by Monad Alexander yet? I saw him. No, I looked back. We're not blocked. So we're still alive. We may not be followed, but we're still alive out there. The D-Gens without D-Gen. And we got some respect behind our name.
He's blocking people?
He's just clear. He's just kind of not too happy anymore with Cardano, where it's headed, with the leadership, people leaving. Just, I don't know. He's had a change of heart, apparently. But
Gosh,
Just make sure.
you're lagging a little bit.
Was that
dude.
me or was that? Yeah, is that? I just want to make sure it's not my audio.
No, Tommy was rugging for a second.
Tommy went
It
agency
said I was
there.
Am I still rugging or am I good?
You're good now. As the audio goes like robot voice.
It went over to what do you call it? Wi-Fi on my channel for a second, which I don't know why because I'm direct connected. So who knows over there? But yeah, let's go ahead and pull this video because I'm watching it like 3 times in a row on the side over here. It makes me laugh every time I see it.
He said Dave said he was on meds and wasn't sure what he was watching. He had to watch it 50 times.
Oh god. Let's go with this right here. Also share system audio 100%. Oh,
I said the same thing to him, Rez. I like the shirt too. It's a fire Pokemon shirt.
here we go.
Like that, I bought it just for the show.
Oh. Yeah. I think there was even a longer version of it over on our page. It commented underneath our thing today. There was one I hear was like derp, 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 or something. I think it was under this post right here. Let me see if it was it. Maybe not. Yeah. Oh, I think it's the same video. Yeah, I can't. All right. Ah, man, that was fun.
That's hilarious.
It still psychs me out.
Community.
His like ponytail with the statue in the back. I always think it's like a double,
Oh,
or like I don't know, kind of praline. Like
why does he have a plunger on his head? And why? I'm so many questions.
maybe it's not a plunger. It's a stamp. Clearly.
Who wrote derp?
Stamps is no, it's a stamp. The plunger.
Oh,
is a
okay.
stamp.
That
Stamp
makes
derp
sense.
on his head. There you go.
Didn't think
I mean,
about it. Stamps come in all different shapes and sizes. Yeah. Okay.
Why
Yeah,
wouldn't
yeah.
it be a
Floor
plunger?
version on Quarter Water page, he said.
On whose? Quarter Waters?
Quarter Water, yeah.
Oh man, I don't know if I can do a live search. Quarter Water, what you got for us? Oh man,
Wait, I'm gonna turn
I'm
the
always
user off for a
scared.
second 'cause double playing it.
Oh, is it? My bad.
Yeah.
Oh, here it is. All right, I got us. Let's go ahead and actually get this full thing. This is the video I originally saw.
Yes.
Oh man, that is amazing stuff right there. If anybody wants to go watch this, I'll go ahead and link Quarter Water's thing over in the chat for you guys. That was amazing.
Is that Quarter Water?
If that's Quarter Water, that's even more amazing right there. I mean, I don't know. I really don't know. Like I said, I've got so many questions.
Great video, though.
Just someone
Love
on
it.
Cameo. You can just
That too.
It's possible too. Yeah.
I still,
I hope
Tom,
Quarter Water. That's
I'm
what I
kind of on board though. The plunger is the stamp, right? Like it just says derp on it. It's just a stamp.
But if it was the stamp, wouldn't it be repeating the stamping its head now?
All right, TJ, we're not going into. Come on, TJ's ruining the illusion over here. Well, we're at it. I guess we're gonna jump right into the derp. Shout out to Derp Birds. Convenient timing today with the announcement of the mint price and mint date also happening this week. If you guys have not got a chance to check it out, well, before we go, why don't we actually check out the video? It's only a minute long, and since we're doing video and audio clips today anyway, let's go ahead and play this. Have you guys got a chance to see this yet?
I did. I want to do the voiceover.
I'm assuming the Bajuki team probably drew this stuff. Bajuki.
Yeah, the Banjo Kazooie team.
Looks like it, right? I need me a bread like that, dude.
Scout, report.
My lord, the prophecies didn't lie. Chelanium is manifesting everywhere.
Just as foretold. Numbers.
A staggering 8,000 locations ripe for our taking. We thirst for details, Scout. The price for conquest? Merely under 500 ADA. And by Friday, 3 p.m. EST, we shall be poised to strike.
Great. The hour approaches. We will seize our destiny.
You did a great job.
Dude, always crushing the marketing, always crushing the design. And like I said, the whole voice audio and the acting too, man. I love that they always just have a video to tie it up to, too. It's always a good thing. But it says the start of the new era is here. The derps are prepared. The preds are prepared. The derplings are prepared. And the drapes. Are you prepared, TJ?
I'm prepared. 3 p.m. EST, I'm home.
What a lucky day. Friday the 13th. Over here, 3 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. UTC. The gold rush will begin. With mint details coming out of a 495 ADA price with 8,000 in supply. No whitelist. We talked about that with Dave, right? He alluded to like the fact that it was going to be no whitelist. And I know we even got a chance to talk to him just a little bit on like, he was thinking, they were still tossing around the idea of pricing and stuff like that. So it's just actually, I think a little bit even under from what he was originally telling us on that. So yeah. So that's good to see though. What is $495 these days? That's just call it $125 US, something close to that.
Roughly. Yeah.
So all right, that's not too bad. 8,000 supply. So what do you make of that on the supply and the price? I know we can get a chance to kind of openly discuss that. How do you feel about that supply mint price for what they're doing? Because I mean, we can dive into it too. I'll go into a little bit of the Git book that they dropped because it does give you a little bit more details on how the rewards and all that stuff are really going to get going.
If I remember correctly, isn't there for the Outposts multiples at once? And I can't remember now. So it's like
you can fortify up to I believe 4 different outposts on your thing.
Right. So you can fortify. So essentially, it's like 125 ADA per NFT in the Outpost. That's how I look at it too. So you can have a fully fortified. I think it's fair, honestly, for what they're offering.
Okay. Let me go ahead and let's go ahead and fix that. Sorry, I forget that it does double like that when we do that.
It does. I apologize, TJ. Though I agree, though. It's a lot of money. I think if they were a new project and this was their idea coming forward, I don't think they'd be as successful as turning people or getting people to spend that. But with what they've done, and especially with how many drops they've had now of different, all the different lines and how they've maintained them all without kind of letting any just be completely irrelevant. I think that I think that's fair. I agree, TJ. I think that, they've shown what they can do. And I think that they're planning on doing much bigger things. And that's what they need this for. They're like, hey, you've seen it. You've supported us so far. If you believed in us, then this is what we need to make this happen. And we can all make it.
Like I said, they're being upfront and transparent with what it is. So it's not only that it's funding future development of the project, it's like a key aspect to this whole thing because it relies on the acquisition of miners, right? So raising that amount of miners, obviously they've been consulted with the Goofy Gophers team to figure out what works. And from what I understand, they'll be able to get a lot more than even what Goofy Gophers was able to do because of the pricing and everything. So like this goes a long way for them because obviously there's going to be like a fee to the Gophers team for providing the management of all this stuff. So like if you go into the little guide here that they've dropped for this stuff, they kind of break it down a lot of the different customizations and the rewards and where everything's going to be going. But basically there's broken into 3 different things over here where you've got like the mining operation, you get sources of income, from mining operations, the project's royalties, and the ecosystem fees. And then it says that 80% of the funding raised from the Outpost mint is used to acquire the miner. So when you're asking for roughly 4 million ADA or whatever it is, 80% of that is going directly to the actual miners themselves. So that's where, and that's trying to compound and set them up for a longer period of time, and also more rewards for different people, depending on what you get inside of this, because there is different gamification. Like I didn't realize the level of gamification until I read this, because I know we kind of touched on it in like a surface level kind of look, but really when you start diving, when you dive into it, it starts to get pretty deep. Like over here, like even the basic outpost, you'll get mining rewards. That's the basics of it. If the medium starts adding in ecosystem fees, and then eventually if you end up minting a large outpost, you can start tying the royalties. So there's different tiers of income that you're able to earn. And then the amount of way that those things will start to scale is based on the rarity of where you're at. So up to legendary, it'll get you a 2.2 times boost versus the common. It just gets you a 1x. And then there's also 15 one-of-ones that have their own exclusive location that's completely different from any of these. So that'll be interesting on how that'll work. And then like we talked about, I think we looked at some of this stuff with Dave when he was on about how the breakdown's going to go, but basically 90% of what they do in the first 90 days is going to be going towards acquiring additional miners, which is similar to how Goofy Gophers is, right? They're doing the first 6 months of compounding to go ahead and acquire more miners, which you've seen they've just added, I think, a few more of them as well recently. So they're doubling down while crypto's hot right now, and or not hot, and trying to acquire as much as they can to be able to get the max ROI for them. And then later down the line, go ahead.
Real quick, did they say what minting service they're using? They're using their own minting service. And
they are a minting service. Derps is their own minting service. Yeah,
no, I know. I'm saying if they're using their own, and then how many can you mint at once?
That I'm not sure about the actual transactions yet on that. That will be
either on that. I wasn't sure if you knew.
I did see it was confirmed that you can mint with Vesper on mobile. So if you have a Vesper wallet, you will be able to mint mobily, which would be good. So yeah, we were talking about in the Derp Discord, we were guessing around 180 miners with mint funds. So remember, I think Goofy Gophers, what were they? They were roughly like 140 or something, 150 maybe miners.
I don't remember the price.
Got there.
Yeah,
but they were. Oh man, it was just shy of like $1 million. I remember like the invoice is like $800,000 or something like that when they went to purchase their first set. Or I forget how many miners they originally had, but they added like 140 plus, if I remember that right. So yeah, what do we have? We're talking 495 ADA times 8,000, which is just shy of that. And then what is that in dollar? Like you said, dollar value wise, let's call it 2.6 right now. So just about $1 million. So yeah, they'd be able to not only, and then you got to take a fee out of that for the Gophers team. So yeah, they're probably just around the same amount of dollar value to get almost double. You would think it, depending on what the price was. I believe like ADA was like 50 something cents back in like March. Yeah. So yeah, like they got a really good opportunity on their hands to go ahead. I think that's where Dave was talking about how it can really scale and why it's such a good thing right now. So
and the Goofy Gophers are, I think, like 1,000 floor, 900.
They're like 800 or something maybe.
Yeah, I think they're a little higher than that even. So yeah, exactly. You can see like that's something that's already been proven to show that it works and has value so far in the space. I'm just curious to see kind of where the floor prices settle.
Right.
This will be one that community is very strong, so I think people will be excited and see things like those special, locations that are one-of-ones, things like that.
Like tying to the story and stuff.
Well, just the fact that how rare those will be, how far out they go with the art and all that kind of stuff, and how much they're tied in and gamified. Even when we saw like those one-on-ones from like Overexposed and things like that, where people right away were like, "Oh, I'm posting this for 80,000 right now." It'll be interesting to see kind of where things actually settle, where these will sell. That's why I was curious about the floor price for Goofy Gophers. That doesn't seem unreasonable as far as like whether or not it could maintain or stay above this high mint price. You know what I mean? It's always the fear is I'm going to go spend 500 ADA and then it's going to be worth 250 floor, which for another project that had 120, mint price, that'd be an okay floor. But for this, you'd be losing money. But I mean, I think they're gonna,
yeah. Do you think though? I don't think these for this.
I don't want to say that anymore because like I haven't seen anything instant sell out in
a
while. Yeah, I just don't even think that's a thing right now with the excitement the way it is.
I was going to tag into Oside's comment over here where he said, I think they're doing something like the old money mint where it takes a bit to get through one. That's my guess. My guess would be that not an instant sellout, obviously, in this market with that price point. Even if it has a good, strong run, I think it's going to take a little bit of time. Although, yeah, I like it that it's all public, so it gives anybody the opportunity to get in. And I think the price is high enough to keep people from just insta selling it out, just to, make the flip on it. So I think it'll be a fair mint. Everybody can get in. And the good thing that I like is that they gave you the revenue breakdown so that it's not a long 6 month, 9 month wait like how Gophers is. Like people have been minting those, you know, they're roughly going to have to wait up to almost a year before they see anything back to them in the form of the rewards. Where here they chose to go the 90-day period, so that after the first 90 days, so you're basically 180 days, so you're 6 months, right? Out. So after 6 months, you're basically getting paid out whatever the funds are. 50% goes to the holders. 20% goes back to the Derps team for project development. Another 15% doubles back into buying additional miners. And then they add 15% of the mining rewards to the liquidity pool for Derp and to buy back Derp from the liquidity pool. So you got to wait 6 months, basically, is where for the investment period.
I like that they're constantly going to be buying miners. I also like that it's going to be every 90 days after the first initial one. That's great.
So it's at least they're being transparent and upfront. I know Gophers was like that as well. So at least everybody, you kind of know what you're getting into. So if you plan to, you don't want to buy this immediately. Like you said, I'm sure the floor price for these, I can't imagine these things doubling in floor price because there's no immediate advantage to that if you're on like a common or anything. And like I say, we probably will see it tend to go underneath mint price for the commons and the lower ones, especially if it is a slow kind of burn mint, where you have a little bit of time, because you're going to see people trying to re-roll and sell their the common ones for a shot at a legendary or something like that. So I don't mind mints like that at all, because I do think the Derp community is strong enough to keep that support going, and there's enough eyes on them right now for new people to get in, and I like that. And I think that's how they originally wanted this to go anyway. So I don't have a problem with it, and they've got a clear, detailed plan of how they're going to use those funds and what they're going to be used for. So whether you like the pricing of that's an individual preference. But for me personally, I'll go ahead and probably mint a couple of these and then see how I do with my luck, and maybe I'll sit on the side to maybe just kind of snipe out something.
I just think too, it's a good price point. If you couldn't get on the Gophers, you can go for this now. Like if you want to get on the mining aspect of a project, this is definitely a good one to kind of get in on at the $4.95 price.
Yeah. See, Malao over here, he's saying 2 hours tops. That's pretty big, tall order right there. Although I know, so you got to kind of look at it in regard to Goofy Gophers, right? I think overall sentiment in crypto was a little higher at that time back in March, and Gophers had at least proven themselves the first time around. Although not to say Derps haven't proven themselves at this point either. So I don't think that doesn't really matter in this point. I think it really comes down to Derps have a ton of hype right now, and they've got a ton of new people looking at them. So I think it'll be a good opportunity for someone to kind of roll the dice. Although the degens really aren't gonna. I just don't see people jumping in and spending, 5,000 ADA on 10 of these right away, unless you absolutely have the bags to do that.
I think what we're going to see probably is just like any other project that's minting out, is the people that are going to get a common, they're going to probably drop below mint price to go back in to get a different one.
100%.
We're going to see that until it sells out, probably.
Yeah, I can see that. Also, shout out to new people. I was just looking back over in chat over here. Shout out to Millie. Shout out to Manga Business. We got Crypto Chatman, Moose Slayer, Arena Red, Crawfish. And there's one out of Jab Abadoobu over there. Some MFers over in the chat. So definitely going to go ahead and talk some old money tonight too. That's a good little get together over the weekend. But yeah, Crawfish says the play is to buy Derp now and wait for the liquidity pool. It's a 6-month play right there, but hey, if you're in it for the long term, because there is going to be ways to spend your Derp token too, outside of just waiting to buy into that. Because the way they've got it set up right now is the fortifying aspect of it. They actually went into full detail of it. So there's going to be, obviously there's 4 different factions or character collections that they have with Derps, Prez, Derplings, and Derp Apes, and you can only fortify with a character NFT of the appropriate collection type. So if you want to fortify a Derp Ape outpost, you have to have Derp Apes to do that. And kind of like you said, not eventually stake it, but it's going to work in a similar fashion to it. Where you put, was non-custodial. You'll be able to do that.
It'll be very interesting too to see what the prices and floors of those projects. See what kind of impact this has. If people play more into it, or if it does have enough kind of returns when you start seeing after that first payment. When those start rolling in at 90 days, if it has those kind of returns where people are like, oh shit, I'm going to get into this, and then they start buying more of them. And it's that could have some real potential as far as the actual project's floor prices, the individual ones.
What's interesting to me too is that they're going to be launching this Gold Rush app when the mint day happens. So they're going to have this place you kind of go to, and you can start to browse not only for your own outpost. So this is where they get the holders and non-holders in there. So say you don't have the ADA or don't want to mint an outpost, but you hold a Derp NFT. you can actually search and browse for outposts that aren't fortified yet and actually fortify onto somebody else's outpost. So even without even owning one. Yeah. So that's
you have to request to fortify with them?
I don't know what the acceptance is of that. Although you won't, once you are on a thing for that epic, you have to hang. You're in it for that entire epic, so somebody can't kick you out of it.
That's what I remember him saying. They can't get out of the epic time period. I remember that now.
Right, because there is a thing here too, where if you fully fortify your, so you earn derp for putting your character NFTs on there. So if I have a derp bird on a derp outpost, I earn derp token from that for putting my derp on that outpost. It's a lot of derps in one center. Derp. But the other aspect to that is if you fully fortify with all character and use the max slots of NFTs on your outpost, then that thing also starts to earn derp. So long as you have all the stuff on there for the entire time during that epic. So it's kind of an interesting, like, cohesive relationship that they have, that you can go, you can play it from both sides, where you own both outposts and character NFTs and earn both the mining rewards and the derp token, not only for your character NFTs, but also for your outposts. Or you can take a back seat and say, I just want the outpost. Somebody can go fortify on here and I can earn derp that way. Or I only earn a derp bird. I just want to go ahead and get derp from my NFT. I don't want to own an outpost. There's a lot of different plays you can make with this, which is kind of interesting.
I think the play would be to use the outpost, though, honestly.
Cool. If you got a rare outpost, you got to think about that. A lot of people are going to be wanting to put their character NFTs and fortify them on a stronger legendary one because it earns more. So that's where you could kind of team up with some of the bigger players inside of space who own rare power score derps or preds or whatever it is, and have them to put the highest ones on the highest. Yeah, you could just have the strongest structures out there.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of different interesting dynamics of this.
You going for the one of one?
I would love to try to go for one. But yeah, and then the claiming process, like we talked about, if you don't use it, you lose it. Remember, so if you guys earn stuff during that epic, you have to log in during the next one, because it says users must claim the rewards during the fallen epic, or the rewards are expired and unclaimable. So if you don't use it, you lose it. That's a serious question.
Is there a small fee each time you claim it? I don't remember him saying if it is or not. I know this is claiming rewards. It's simple.
Not right now, because you don't have to physically sign a transactions. Everything's done inside the app on the actual dashboard through the app. So you don't have to actually sign anything.
Memory, dude.
I've been reading,
Okay.
Up there. But my favorite part about this is actually seeing how they not only they could have just been like, hey, we're going to mint these outposts and you'll be able to stake these things and do whatever with them. But they were theming all these. Not only are they theming them, but they got artwork for 3 different states, depending on how, because you can take this one step further here where you can actually upgrade these things. So in each of them have different, it says all outposts have a mining facility and a comms tower, as well as a number of supporting structures, and all structures start off in the damaged state, but can be repaired using derp. So at that stuff that you're staking to earn derp can actually upgrade and increase your mining rewards over here. So as you see, they've got a damaged, repaired, and pristine state for the pred thing over here. You can kind of see what it takes. But it takes 50 derp to go ahead and get its level 2 all the way up to 400 for level 5. And then it goes from basically 1 day to 2 days to 4 days to 8 days. And each time increases your mining rewards by 5%. So you can boost your stuff up another 20% just by upgrading this stuff.
It's sick.
So there's layers and depths into it, really.
Are you guys seeing the chat? They said there's plenty of people getting ready to drop 50 to 20,000 ADA on Friday.
I've seen a lot of people that were ready as well. I'm not saying that I don't doubt it with that community, just knowing how people get excited. So, but I also wouldn't mind it being a little bit of a burn, maybe a couple days. I wouldn't mind it seeing it like that either, but who knows, man? You never know. Derps are wild, and that community is super supportive. So I wouldn't put it past them.
I definitely think they're going to eat up that floor if it goes below min price. I don't think nothing's going to be lasting below min price.
Well, the only cool thing, like you said, is that each of these has a use case to them. And like you said, not only, even if you get the most common one, you can still boost it over here by 20% by upgrading in the level of it, which is actually very interesting. So I like that dynamic, and it encourages people to go ahead and spend the derp token because they need that in order to upgrade it.
Can you sell an upgraded facility?
That interesting question. Don't know. Need to get
so.
Dave. I would hope so.
I would think so. They seem to have thought about a lot of angles. So
stumped him, Tom. I stumped him.
I don't have all the answers. You got the answers, Sway. No, I don't know. But and over here it says over time here. This is a visual at launch, but the comms tower and other things like an energy compound, they're going to be there'll be different upgrade costs and different benefits over time that they don't have anything announced for at the moment. But they've got a security office, energy compound, comms tower, storage annex, med bay, lookout. So like I said, the depth of this is actually a lot, way more than what I thought it was.
Yeah,
on surface level. And then the cool thing that I was looking through on like the customization of this stuff is you can like customize your own outpost. So say I want like the SNEK skin for my comms tower right here. I can actually like apply that and it changes the visual look of that as well. So that's almost like skin packs for your actual, like you're building like your little out, like I said, it feels like you're building your little land right now out there in Derpatonia.
It's like a sieve, like Tom, we're making your own little world or your area.
Yeah.
Customized for you or tailored for you.
Yeah, I don't know, man. This is interesting. So yeah,
yes,
so
you can sell it, he said.
L Gooch over here. I like the name. I wonder if that's L's undercover name right there. So far, TAS has done well with the virtual land. Derps look cool to do stuff as well. Clay, though, man, I feel burned by it. Oh, so I mean, Clay's also coming out here soon with their first look at Sonic Village and their upcoming game, little like world release from the stand. So I think I'll be able to make a better judgment once I see that to compare it to something like this. Because like, right, I'm not going in like a 3D world with my character. It's just kind of two separate things going on. But I can understand.
Very different.
From like the time they minted to like now, I can understand the frustration a little bit, but we'll see if it all pays off.
What they're releasing is maybe very different, but like something like this for what Derp is doing and what they've focused their resources towards, I can see having like more of an impact on people that have held the actual NFTs since mint and are Derp Bird owners compared to people that have had Clays and with what they're working on as having like a return on value. Talking for like pure money minted, how much is it going to increase the price of the NFT?
Yeah, see, my thing at these, like nowadays, is I'm like looking at a lot of these things in a completely different light of not how much money this is going to make me, but will I either get some sort of enjoyment where I feel the value that I paid is worth it, and then hopefully, like I said, in everything, like if it's a collectible, it may go up and may not, but I'm not expecting that from it, versus something like this where I get to have, like fun collecting and interacting with the community and doing things, but there's also that passive like play where you will get rewarded for it. You got to like bucket those into different, like there's different utility categories if you'd like to kind of say, hey, I like this for enjoyment, hey, I'm a collector on this piece, or no, I expect some sort of ROI. Does it make sense for me to buy in with this, or just sell it for the ADA on the flip?
Yeah, but to be fair, it's a lot easier to say when you've had multiple 101 mints and you have how many NFTs now, thousands of NFTs. I'm just saying, you're bored right now. You have to find value from like other enjoyments because you're not making tons of flips, and because you've been chasing those highs of getting one-of-ones, finding flips for 2 years now, and that gets stale after a while, even making money. And we're not making a lot of money right now. It doesn't happen that often, so you have to find value in other things. I think most people getting into this though are going to be excited because like, hey, either I can make money from this, or like, oh shit, I remember I minted a bunch of those Preds. This now 6 months down the line is generating some sort of money. People are buying Preds to fortify their outposts. Cool. Now my Pred is worth quite a bit more than it was. That's awesome. Yeah. That's good value. I don't see a lot of people with what we've seen from Clay, very minimal that we've kind of gotten to see as early sneak peeks, kind of run around 3D, doesn't kind of give the same value back to the original NFT minters. I would say like compared to if you would have sold it, like TJ, we talked about your blue Clay early on. Green Clay.
Yeah. Blue jacket, green jacket,
Because I think a majority of people probably inside the space feel this way, so that they find fun in the space by making money, not buying, hoping to have fun. I agree with you, and I think we were the same kind of way, and still to a degree are. I'm not saying that's not the case either. I think there's different levels to it though too, right? Like if you have more disposable income to be able to spend on this stuff to have a little bit of fun and take the gamble and the risk of it, of trying to mint something, that's one way to look at it. And then there's others who are just like, hey, I don't mind spending money on any of this stuff. If it goes up, great. If not, I'm just having a good time. I think it all depends on your risk tolerance too. But I would agree that most people are probably in this space to make money.
Or why they originally got in here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's crypto, right? Yeah. Everybody's looking for an alternative means, but I agree. I understand. That's a deeper conversation over there.
I mean, Tommy, we're on the Freedom 35s over here, and you're just like, it's all right, guys. You can come in last place as long as you had fun. All right, let's go.
Probably why I'm not at Freedom 35 yet over here. So
yeah, but you've hit those 101s and stuff. That was also more my point. I wasn't saying like oh, Tommy gets to win. It's like, you know, those are highs we all chase. Like when you get that min that shows up and you're like, oh shit, this one's rare. Like how much could this be worth? You've had that happen a few times now. A lot of people have not had that experience and they're still chasing that. That's what they'd prefer to like, oh, is this like a fun computer game to play? Can I feed my Makasi? Like just some people, unless it's like, how much money is this going to generate back to me? Like, that's why they're playing the Makasi game.
Yeah,
and that's why I think they'll be engaging with this game. They've done a great job gamifying where it's a lot more interactive and things like that. But in the end, I think they're still interacting because they want more of the money.
Yeah, 100%.
Too, like you increase your chances by minting more or even going in for more. I mean, Tommy, you go in for more than what Tom and I usually go in for, just because of the fact of the amount of ADA that you have and that versus what we have. So know, you go in more, you have a better chance of getting that one-on-one or just a rare one in general. Versus Tom and I are like, shit, we got a common. We only went for one, so that's all we got.
Yeah, it all comes to like personal risk tolerance on that
exactly.
too. Like, I don't mind spending 5,000 ADA on this mint, and hopefully I'll make some money on it, and I'm willing to take that risk. Versus somebody who's like, I like my 5,000 ADA, I don't really want to take anything. I'm in a 1 or 2 to see what happens, and then I'm good. It just depends on the individual.
You're getting out a little bit out of the range of personal risk. Like some people are just like, damn, I wish I had 5,000 ADA. Like, it's not even like, oh yeah, I'll take this risk with you. Yeah, it's like just like a $5 million investment. It's a risk. If you don't want to take it, it's not a big deal. It's your personal choice. If you don't want to put $5 million into this investment with me,
get back to me.
All right, let's bump that down a little bit.
Yeah,
talking about like buying 2 of these maybe.
Yeah, well, I mean that's the case too. Of like it's fun when you hit those, right? Like that's like the jackpot of somebody who minted Preds way back when, or even Derp Birds, and then completely forgot about it. And now I look to see a project that's quality over time evolve and do what we all want these projects to do over time. Like when you minted a Pred, it was cool because you got to send in like your little derp egg and your derpling, and like you went to the other side. Now you got a Pred, and that was cool. But now it's like, hold on, they just went and added this whole new thing where now Preds have really high power scores and they're actually, more valuable when it comes to like the derp each epic. And now I can fortify them for this. This makes the floor of these things jump up, and it's like that's a really cool thing I wasn't planning on at all. But now all of a sudden it's worth that. Like that's where like you hope most of your NFTs go. Although the reality is most of them aren't this smart or this driven to be able to get to this point where Derp Birds are.
That's also why I love the creativity to kind of reuse the assets that they've had or build on those assets, where I'm sure when they came out with Derps originally, or and Derp, but Preds too, like it was just kind of like fun stuff they were doing. Like, hey, more mints. And now where they're actually able to incorporate it, because they couldn't have had that idea before Goofy Gophers was really a thing, or at least at this level that they've got it at. And they're able to work and see those technologies like on top of them. And then start, like you said, gamifying to that level because of how many different assets they have. It's so awesome.
100%.
Well, shout out to Goofy Gophers too for even offering that service for anybody who wants to do it for their project or for personal use, that they will just kind of help you manage it and take care of it for you. That's dope. Without you worrying about the risk of it, and essentially mining and finding a facility for it like they had to. They'll just take on all that stuff for you.
They did the groundwork, man. And that's why, like I said, these utility projects here that offer these passive plays, the biggest thing for them is going to be actually executing and being able to reward the holders over time. Like that is like the key cog to all of that. So over time, like you said, that once they prove that, hey, okay, we've executed on everything so far, and eventually here you go, take what you've earned so far from us. I think that will go a long way to keeping the longevity of the project going, which would be good. Outside of just making sure that they did really well by getting all those miners. But yeah, shout out to the Derp Birds, shout out to the Derp community hanging out over here tonight. Man, it is. I don't know if I have enough ADA for Friday. I'll be honest with you. Maybe not as much as I want. Although we'll have to test the mint luck and see if we get something rare. Maybe we pull that 101. I don't know.
How many do you want to go for realistically? Like, what's your risk you want to take?
I was thinking, I think right now, like where my risk tolerance is anywhere between like maybe 5 and 10 right now for me.
Okay.
We'll see.
I was going for what Tom said too.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that at all. Yeah. I mean, it's a very expensive. You got to think about it. You're spending.
I heard you. I heard the tone, Tommy. You called me a broke bitch. It's all right. Okay. No, I mean, I think 5, especially. I think all of us would be like, dude, if I could buy 10, I would too.
Oh, absolutely.
Talking to Dave, I mean, this is always Nafafa for us. Like you said, it's a personal risk 100%. You're making these decisions yourself. You're an adult. You control this shit. But on our end, we talked to Dave in the past. He's like, oh, the rocket ship's about to take off. It's like, that's why, he got into Derps when we did at that time. Came on. We're like, yeah, I like this guy's enthusiasm and what he's doing and how he handles the project. And then after we talked to him this past time, it's just doubled that pretty much. Like, yeah, this guy's got a clear sight for this and he's really working things out.
Yeah,
and even if he's developing along with the space too. I mean, some of this stuff, like I just said, wasn't planned out, but he's able to keep things, adapting to the space with this project.
Yeah,
and making
absolutely.
It relevant and keeping the noise up too. How loud they are.
We were just talking too about like the branding and stuff for them. Like it just feels like they've got so much like that they can work with now. Like I know we showcased it off a couple times. I think I put a post out for it tonight, but just seeing even their community members that are doing stuff like this, where they get like the branding and all that. I'm going to keep showing it off every time just because I love doing that. But no, I could see these.
It's good tonight. I can see it pretty well tonight.
Yeah,
it's a little bit better, but check that out. Number 35. I always like showing that off over there. But yeah, no, like this kind of stuff, I could see this stuff in stores over here, 100%. Long term, like not even has nothing to do with the Web3 side of things at all. I still got to get you
I can see Derp Birds, Preds make a great bad guy in a Derp Birds cartoon.
Yep, 100%. I think that I would love to see the animated series.
But you know what I mean? Yeah, that'd be perfect. YouTube Red Show, whatever. What's YouTube Premium called now? Is it Red still?
Yeah, it's Premium, I think. To Red goes, what number is that? Gotta go ahead and shout that out over there. But yeah, big shout out to the Derp Birds and their community over there. Was gonna bring this up, but Rob already kind of went into it a little bit over there. He said, I'm probably gonna sell a jelly to pick up a bunch of those outposts over there.
That's a play.
So I don't know, man. They dropped the calendar over here for us. I know we'll show that here in a second. But Jellycubes from the Block Investment Group, there's more and more news starting to come out. This week is going to be the next 2 weeks essentially are going to be big for anybody who's looking for more details on how the Jelly token is going to work and how this fractionalized ownership of these fungible tokens or FUT tokens. TJ, what the FUT? We were talking about. So I basically I think tweet answers our question if you needed how many how many Jelly tokens you would need in order to be able to access their group. And it says that Jelly eliminates our high barrier of entry, making it so any amount of ADA earns you a stake at the big. So that way they get more holders without causing more dilution. So they don't need to mint more jellies, but this way people can get into it without having to spend 6,000 ADA almost.
I love that.
That's great. If you guys want to get into the block group, they want to get more people in there, that's going to be really interesting because you get open that up so much more. But I can imagine that that's also going to keep the price of that jelly token, like the jelly token itself, pretty stable.
Yes.
Like it's such a unique concept. I mean, it's a simple concept, but it's unique in the sense that it kind of keeps it's like the swap pretty even back and forth.
Do you think that it'll be equivalent, like you're saying, to like how much the floor price of a jelly is? Like 5,000 ADA worth of jelly is what you can to get in?
You would think so, right? If whatever the floor price is, say Jellycubes go to a 10,000 ADA floor, like the actual Jellycube itself, so that when you fractionalize it, they become 10,000 jelly tokens. You would think then that each 1,000 of those equals 1,000 ADA, right? If you had a 10,000 floor, because to buy it back, you would need 10,000 jelly tokens. Yeah. You would think that. And the interesting part about that is, right, so you actually chunk your jelly, so you've got 9,000 of them now because they take that 10% fee or whatever it is. So now I've got 9,000, but I don't have the jelly cube anymore. Well, say, like you said, the floor price goes from 5,000 to 10,000. Like you can technically still have the same value with the amount of jelly you have if their price of them go up without actually selling your jelly cube. So it's interesting because you can fractionalize, you can have instant liquidity at all times because of the stable price of that jelly token, which is super interesting.
So you may have answered that already, but I'm still not fully grasping it, I guess you could say. So
yeah,
because this says any amount of ADA can earn you a stake at the big. Does that what you're saying is? So I think even Crawfish asked the same question.
Yeah, I was looking back over
token there. Is full access to the alpha group. I'm not fully getting that, I guess you could say.
Well, I mean, based on reading this, and it doesn't say a value, maybe there is a certain threshold you have to meet of holding jelly, right? Maybe you can't just have one jelly to get into the actual group itself, but maybe there's a set barrier to get access into their things.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Right, because as of right now, the only way to get in is by owning the Jellycube outside of the free kind of like just the open public chat. But right now, the way I'm reading this right now, it says owning their fungible token makes you a fractionalized owner of Jellycube NFTs, and Jelly eliminates their high barrier of entry, meaning that you don't need to purchase a Jellycube anymore. So it's just a matter of how much Jelly, and I'm sure we'll get these answers over here. Maybe it already has been said, but it doesn't sound like you're going to need to hold a 10,000 Jelly in order to get access to it based off this tweet right here.
So Cardano JPG says not full access. You just get to invest in the ecosystem without having to buy a whole Jelly. So
Well,
access to big will remain 1 cube. So you still need a Jelly.
Okay. So there you go. Like I said, these are all things that'll be interesting to kind of learn, like what holding certain like thresholds of this stuff on their site gets you. Which is why it's great that we're having Block onto the channel over here on the 16th. So next Monday, if you guys are hanging with us, we'll get a chance to talk to Block live here on our channel to ask these kind of questions. Although I'm sure you're going to go ahead and get these answers as you go. But I wanted to kind of showcase this real quick while we were here. They did do the testnet over here for the BigFi app. That's how they're calling it right now, BigFi.
Is this open to play around with?
Yeah, this is the one on Testnet that you can actually go right now. You can go to, you can connect your, I got my Nami wallet right now over in the test net mode. So if you got on the pre-prod, sorry, 2 R's there.
Pre-podcast.
Sorry, it's pre-podcast. Yeah. So if you guys wanted to do this, you could go ahead and click on the settings in your Nami wallet, go to the network, and then drop it between mainnet down to pre-prod. And once you get there, you can go ahead and go to the testnet faucet, go ahead and connect your wallet and hit get test Jellycubes, and it'll send you some test jellies to your wallet. And then you can go ahead and actually interact with the swap in the marketplace over there. So as in my wallet, your boy made some moves over there. I don't know if you guys see, but this is the only time I'm going to own a Jargarian right now.
Can anybody own that?
That's the only time I'm ever going to own one of these right now. Shout out to oh man, Disco something. Oh, I gotta go. I was gonna shout them out. I told them that over in the chat there that I was gonna shout them out on Monday night. I'm now gonna go pull their name on this because I'm a man of my word over here.
Do they own that one actually?
They put it up for sale. I said who, and I was like, I was waiting for somebody. Here it is. Can you guys see my screen? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So I said just tested it out, and then I said waiting on that 5-point Jargarian to be listed, and then Disco. I'm not gonna pretend to say that name right there. Siorin? Looks like Celine Dion. That's all I'm just looking at in my head. But they went ahead and listed it right here, and I went ahead and grabbed it over there. So shout out to them. And he goes, "We live, baby," or she. I don't know. He or she.
We live, baby.
Shout out to them over there. They know the deal. But yeah, so once you go ahead and get those tests, you can actually go over to the market now, and it's just super simple, right? So you say you have a Jellycube in your wallet, you can go ahead and select that. You can choose, it'll tell you the points right here. So this one's a 2-pointer. Obviously the Jargarians are the highest at 5 points. You can go ahead and click confirm selection, and then it actually shows you they have an on-chain wallet right now where you can actually get it connected to whatever your Nami or whatever wallet you have connected, or they have it to your off-chain account, which this stuff is going to be used. They said that you're going to have stuff tied to your actual account where it's not necessarily in your wallet, but it's like account-based stuff, kind of how Derp Birds have like the Epic where you can claim your stuff like without having to sign transactions. And they said they did this basically to be able to push out stuff faster on the development side of things, where they don't need to go in and build out all these crazy smart contracts and stuff, where you can just tie it directly to the account so they can kind of move a little bit faster. There's 2 different options on how you can get it. And then it'll actually show you a breakdown of everything. So if I swap this jelly right now as a 2-pointer, 20,000 of that, 10% will go to the swap fee, and I'll get back 18,000 jelly over there. Okay. So you can actually swap it. And then once you do that, you can head over to the marketplace here for Jellycubes, and you can see everything that's listed currently. So if I had my jelly tokens at this point and I wanted to go back and actually get a Jellycube, I may not get the one that I actually sold or chunked or whatever, but these are the ones that are up for sale. And then they actually have the sales running right now. So you can see people buying and selling these at the moment. Super smooth. The Brave Dogs team, I believe, is the one doing the site, and everything they've been doing is super clean. Yeah. So really cool stuff, man. It's really fast.
I see a few questions in chat, but we honestly don't know too much information yet. We're kind of reading along as you guys are seeing it come on Twitter or whatever information that comes out. We will be having Block though on next week, so he'll be able to answer all of these ones if he's able to share information yet, because I'm sure that'll all be answered before it drops or it happens.
Right. There's got to be a benefit for being a fractionalized token holder.
Had a question, and Oside had a question too. So Jelly's pegged to the NFT floor. I don't know how that's going to work.
You would think so, right? That's what you would think it would be like that, right? So I don't even know what is their stuff right now over on JPEG. Their floor, the floor right now,
5,000, I think.
Roughly 5,000. Yeah.
Or was closer. I don't know what it is now. It was over the weekend a little bit.
We are 53.98. So the interesting part of this, right, is that they've got collection offers up for grabs, and this is how they're mitigating that. Where like if you need, you wanted instant liquidity right now, outside of taking out a loan, or maybe on Levy or somewhere else, or like C-Swap, where you can get a better rate maybe than JPEG. The best you're going to get instantly is 4,000 ADA, and you lose the NFT. Whereas when you fractionalize this stuff, yes, you now brought it, you get 9,000 out of the 10,000 tokens it costs. So you're getting 90% of whatever that floor is automatically through that token. You would think if it pegs to the floor price. So I don't know.
It's like free ADA almost when you fractionalize like that, or chunk it, or jelly it.
If the price goes
You're
up,
paying 10%. I mean, but if you kept the jelly and the price goes up,
right? It's one of the
two
things.
10% on that.
It's more so if you're like, I don't want to sell the jelly fully, but I want a little bit of liquidity. That's really where it's at. So like, hey, I need instant liquid right now.
Sell like half your jelly.
Sure.
It's
right.
going to have, that much of a rise.
I think too, it also goes to the fact of like, it's kind of like we were talking about how it's like an option a little bit too, like, right? You have the fractionalized token, and if the price of Jellycubes goes up, then great. Like you may have gotten in at 5,000 ADA, the floor got up to 10, and now your fractionalized jelly at this point in time is worth more than if you would have sold it at that time for the full 5,000 ADA. So there's different ways to look at it, and it's just access to instant liquidity without necessarily having to sell everything. And say, like you said, Tom, maybe this Derp Mint's coming out and you want to, get 2,000 ADA to go ahead and spend for it. Well, I can just chunk the jelly, maybe spend 2,000 jelly tokens, convert that into ADA, and then go in, buy that, maybe make my flips, and then go back and buy some jelly back. And I can actually make up the difference of that and have 10,000 now instead of 9,000, whatever. There's so many different ways you could look at it.
So
I'm just throwing a lot of numbers at
you. You did throw a number. They were saying
I'm a numbers guy.
You pay the 10% royalties in the market anyway, they were saying.
That's true. Yeah. So there's different ways to look at it. Like I said, I'm pretty sure they've thought about this pretty in depth. So it's just a matter of how it works out for you as the holder. And like you said, the price of this, once these, actually happen, what will happen to the floor price, and what will that do as the people go ahead and actually chunk these things into fractionalized utility tokens? And then also, what are the benefits of those utility tokens too? Because obviously that's the whole other key. We're just talking about, hey, this is what we know right now, but what if they end up giving incentivized for maybe like how like Hunt's doing, or even Tool, where they're like, you got to spend X amount of this or stake X amount of jelly to get access to these certain features. Then there's another reason to go ahead and hold on to it without necessarily selling it, and the price could stay pretty stable.
Yeah. Arrow Art says, man, my brain hurts with this. Arrow Art, me too.
Yeah.
I will say though, Block Investment Group and Jason and that whole team, they really do. They're out of the box thinkers for sure. So I know this is going to do really well.
Yeah. Yeah. See that? He goes, that's the point right here. You go, the fractionalized tokens to peg it to something. Dollars are pegged to gold. It's called the Jelly Standard over there.
I like it.
Interesting stuff though, man. I'm looking forward. We're not gonna dive too much deeper into this because we'll get a chance to talk to him, the man himself, next Monday. So if you guys are interested more in Jellycubes Block Investment Group, they do have I want to go ahead, I think we retweeted this earlier today, but you can kind of see their schedule over here. Yes, here you go. So they were actually on a bunch of also just shout out to them for kind of putting us in this kind of tier of a list. You've got Blake tomorrow on his weekly live stream, Friday the 13th with Thor on his live stream show, Monday next week the 16th with us, 19th with Cardano with Paul. They're trying to work on Cardano Pay over here as well. And then you got some spaces as well. Introverts has got a space on the 11th, Stu space, CCC, Clay's After Dark, and then Unpopular Opinion with L on the 28th. So lots of different ways to get connected, and I'm sure we'll hear a bunch of different information. So newest thing, make sure to tune in to Blake's show tomorrow, and also, or is it tomorrow? Wednesday. I'm already mixing my days up, man. Yeah. Also, shout out to for Jason and them for jumping over onto the show. Outside of that, though, we were talking engagement, man. Mallard Order. I know we talked about this a little bit on the podcast on Friday, but I wanted to shout them out. Actually, I was going to go pull it up over here. We did get rated over here. I was meant to go pull it up onto our mainstream. Dude, it was one of the most, I love it because it's like, whatever the task is, people just go full on into it. Like, I think our retweets were up to like 100 and something. We just got to get those likes over there. We got to get the stipulations down. Where is it? Right here. Yeah, look at that. 151 retweets over here and 122 comments with 40 likes. But I will show the power of the engagement. I think we were at like maybe like 700 and something views before they went ahead and rated it. And we've gotten now like 4x that since they went ahead and did that. So if you guys have not jumped into the Raiders Guild, you can go ahead and go to, if you're a holder, go over to the Raiders Guild. Is it all public though now?
Yes, if you're holders, yeah. Holders.
Okay, it's still holders. Okay.
Well, it's not letter holders. It's just holders and
in general of Mallards.
Yeah. Yes.
So you can go over, connect all your stuff. You can go to your account, connect your X account or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. Go to all projects, click on Mallard Order, and then there's a bunch of different tasks to do right now.
Look at you completed. I got a few more to do, but nice. Dang, 1,300 gold already. Look at you.
Let's go, baby. We got all the stuff, and that's where you said right here, leave a comment and tag Raiders Guild and Freedom 35's review of our platform. So it works, and not only does it work, happy Mallard Monday, first off. Forgot to say it's lead with that. I got the Mallard Charles hat rocking right now, as always. I think I might just consistently rock this thing.
I think this came at a perfect time too, just because Twitter now offers the I don't know what you want to call it, like influencer. Twitter Blue.
Oh,
just like,
you mean
you paid for their posts and stuff. So this will definitely just boost your post if you just have a Mallard and join the Raiders Guild and do all. I
think the ad revenue has to come from verified accounts, but
does it? I didn't know
that direction. I'm pretty sure
they took it down extremely from the first go around. I know that.
Otherwise, you could just make 1 billion fake accounts. And be like,
I mean,
look
I
at
guess
all the people that
yeah, that's
shit.
true.
Yeah.
But hey, if someone's in the Raider Guild that has a verified account, that counts.
There's plenty of them. Yeah, exactly. It's definitely a step, and you're getting more interactions than you would have without it, for sure.
Exactly. It definitely helps.
Yeah, no, it definitely works. I was just saying that's something that like I remember. I was like, I didn't know that.
Well, this is what pretty much Demosthenes is saying too, is because the snowball effect is real. With the Raiders Guild, a single post can spark almost instant interaction across multiple social platforms. When the right individuals are partners in the receiving end of the said engagement, posts can grow to new levels, continuing to grow organically. Algorithms like content that quickly gain engagement from non-flagged, bot-free accounts. He said, still sleeping on us? Will you spend your time in Web3 tearing others down or building yourself and others up? The choice is yours. I will say to them too, is it's gotten me to retweet a lot more, because I'm usually like, sometimes like I'm just very like, I don't feel like retweeting either. I'll like it, I'll comment on it every now and then.
Well, you get robotic. You're just scrolling. You're just mindlessly just scrolling on your phone, right? So you're like, oh, I'll retweet that, or you forget about doing it. Like I say, you're just mindless robot doing it at that point.
But it definitely gets you to engage, and sometimes it gets you to see different posts. Remember, we saw J-Hub's post that he got a letter from this. I didn't even know that he got a letter.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's really nice that you get a chance to like sometimes catch up on the news inside the community too. So, and like they said, you partner this with like the right engagement or something like that. Like you do see down here that there's YouTube and Instagram, Twitch, and all that stuff. So just saying, Demosthenes, when you want to test out the YouTube feature, maybe get a little bit of subs, when we'd be willing to go ahead and test that out for you at absolutely no charge, other than giving you guys a little bit of engagement out here back on the video side. But just throwing it out there. Yeah. We need an option to dial into the show. That would be fun.
My back. Anything about my back.
There you go. Jab Abadubu says, we need an option to get into the show. Would be fun. That'd be wild. It'd be like a Twitter space over here a little bit. Who knows what would happen on the other side? We could do it. It just would, like I said, I don't know what we would get on the other end. You run that risk.
We'd have to do with your like Discord, like a filter. Like we'd have like when you call a radio station, someone would filter the call first.
Yeah. Like, hey, all right, can you talk? Can you hear the mic? All right, no excessive content. You get like a little like 3 to 5 second like window, so in case there says something, you can bleep it out. Something along those lines.
You can delay the stream or something.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely. But no, man, shout out to the Mallard Order. I seen there's a huge run been going on Mallards recently. I saw their floor price shoot up too. They were trending for a little while over on the front of JPEG store as well. It's just crazy. Like I mean, like it comes in cycles, obviously, but it's fun to see when like, there's projects that have been building, and then you see the momentum kind of shift and carry along. It's just interesting how that works inside this space. But a ton of sales recently over here. A lot of people buying into it. A lot of sweeps, and the floor price did jump up. We're getting back to close to 500 here. And I've been seeing a lot of people really, if you're going behind the scenes over here, the relics jumping up 164.
Yeah, they're like 115 last time I was looking at them.
I know. There's been runs on relics too. So if you hold a complete set and you have a Mallard that offers you to potentially transform your duck as well. And then who knows with the individual things of each one of these, you kind of what it'll do for you now that they're getting the Raiders Guild up and running. So
damn, remember when those were like 500 a piece?
I do. Isn't it crazy how time flies over here?
Yeah, you sold all for.
Whew. I remember, man. I remember.
I will say I thought we were going to use them a little bit sooner or quicker. Turnaround on them. So that's part of why, you know,
it's the hype, right? Because that happened, I think, like.
Your mic shut off a little bit.
Oh, I apologize. There we go.
Oh. Yeah. Where you guys at? Are you ranked 2 yet over here?
I'm not ranked.
I'm ranked 3 already.
Thumbs up on the top of the leaderboard, huh?
I only have 430 goal. I gotta step it up.
Look at One's over here. F35 just repping the board up there. He's crushing that.
Third place. Yeah, I think I'm like 13%.
Let's 17. Go, One, dude. That's sick.
I'm slacking right here. I'm a few hundred points behind him over here. I don't know what else I could do.
There's J-Hub. Go back up. Go back up. Show like top 15. I'm somewhere.
J-Hub number 13. Lucky number 13.
J-Hub's 13. I think I'm like 17.
Okay. Raptor. Good alt account over there for you.
It's not Raptor.
Okay. Is it not? Am I reading wrong again? No, man. Shout out to them.
It must have shifted.
Yeah. Well, now I'm interested to see once this actual reward shop goes live too, on how this will kind of work it out and what kind of incentive that it creates, not only for people kind of engaging throughout the space, but kind of gamify it in a way where you can earn back some stuff as well. So they've got project rewards right here. So I can imagine for people like, you know, in another project to help boost some engagement of some of their stuff, they offer potential rewards for people to go ahead and complete tasks and use those points to spend to earn some of their NFTs or giveaways and things like that. I can see how that can, you know, that partnership can be cohesive.
I don't remember. I didn't see it, or I didn't read it or hear it. Do you know if gold translates to points?
I don't believe. I don't know. I honestly don't know that. I would assume it would be your leaderboard XP. That would be more of
your points then.
It's harder to get than the gold, but I don't know. Maybe the gold. We were talking about that. I have no idea how it's going to work yet, but I guess we'll find out.
They might have said it. Apologize if they did say it. I just didn't read it or see it.
I didn't either, man. But yeah, shout out to the Mallard Order. Shout out to them. Happy Mallard Monday to everybody using this, and also to all the new engagement that's created and hype inside the space, man.
Okay, shout out. I just searched in the task on their chat and Discord. Demosny said reward shop when live will have gold and not points.
There you go.
I think they're gonna probably fix the points to gold.
All right. Well, there it is then. You heard it here first, or read it there first. I can't promise you that. Dude, I've been holding on to this thing the whole time, and I have yet to take a sip of it because we've just been crushing through the content over here. But dude, your boy,
how is
we're rocking it right now. The SNEK.
I tried to ask him I said what flavor is it. He said blue.
Blue.
Which, I mean, I was being a dick saying, what do you mean? But I know exactly what you mean. Like, you're like, hey, what's your favorite Gatorade? The blue flavor.
Blue, like yellow Gatorade.
Is it light blue or is it dark blue flavor? What we got?
I imagine light blue because it says citrus. I can't imagine it being like.
Dark. See the blue a little bit.
I see more. Really? Wow, it's darker than I thought. Even I was thinking more like the blue ice Gatorade than like the darker ones.
It looks like a blue Gatorade, just like the normal standard blue Gatorade.
It's blue citrus.
I forgot the 2 extra S's at the end of that.
I can't believe I mean, we had to go over this again. It's 10 o'clock p.m. right now, Eastern time.
I gotta wake up at 4 a.m.
And you're drinking fresh. He cracked that fresh. That's not
Yeah.
It's not a prop. He didn't like drink that earlier today, and now he's like sipping water out of it or anything.
It's food coloring water.
I mean, you got to wake up in, what is it, 6 hours?
Yeah, 6 hours.
That sounds great.
You just might as well stay up, man. You start at Baldur's Gate or something.
You can
Wait,
you
the
can
new Call of
see-
Duty just hit BattleNet or something. You should jump on, like, just play that all night.
That's what it's got in it right there.
7 calories,
Seven
dude.
calories.
No, I like that. No sugar too. That's good.
Those are important. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know. Don't read all this stuff. Who knows what all that is over here on the side? But
What's the caffeine intake on that? Can you see it? A little bit. Crawfish. You don't have to wake up if you don't sleep. Be a man.
Yeah,
contains caffeine, dude. 160 milligrams per 12-ounce can.
Okay, almost like
that's
2
not
cups
bad.
of coffee.
Yeah, that's not bad.
Depending on what kind of coffee you drink, for sure.
So whatever.
That's what you want. 2 cups of coffee and an energy drink, because otherwise you just have coffee. You know what I mean? But at that point, you need that little bit extra.
Yep.
Especially
I've been
cold,
seeing
fresh and different flavor, but yeah, lots of reasons.
I've been seeing all the SNEK energy posts over there, and you can actually still buy this. They actually have it on their website right now.
They're not sold out?
It might be.
Oh, I just thought at this point they would have. I was like, that's more surprising. I figured those would have flown off.
It looks like you can actually buy them right now. They still have some stuff going on there for $35 US dollars and $10 off all cases this weekend only.
Oh,
so,
okay.
There you go. If you guys are looking for some SNEK right here.
This is the first time you're trying, or did you try any NFT?
No, I've tried it. I've tried it before. I didn't try it at NFTLB. I did not. But it's actually
they only had very,
very
limited amounts there, though, didn't they?
They had a few hundred cans. I just didn't get in right away. I just wasn't one of the cool kids early on. But I'm glad I got waited till I got home. Like I had 3 boxes show up, and I didn't realize what they were until I opened one up, and I just saw a case of them, and I'm like, yes, this is what this is right now. So I've got way too much of this stuff that I'm probably not going to drink, but I'm going to probably leave them alone. But for now, we're cracking this on can for you guys over here. Shout out to SNEK.
Yeah, let me get one.
Yeah, packed full of vitamin B's too. You see that right there? Makes you really alert. See, Hugs Not Rugs knows. He goes, I'm dropping a few cases off at a golf course. Look at that. See, more you know.
That's not my house outside.
He said, or put vodka in it and counteract caffeine. Now you're playing dangerous. Now I'm basically a Four Loko.
I was just saying, it's not a Four Loko.
It's basically a Four Loko.
That doesn't counteract. Those complement each other.
There you go. See,
it's like Red Bull and vodka.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yep.
Well, wanted to go ahead and shout this out since I saw Hugs Not Rugs PFP. Huh?
Oh,
Well. I don't know if my soundbar still does this. Does it right now? Let's see if we can pop it.
Get the fuck out of here!
It's still there. It is still there.
That one definitely works.
Yep, that one you can hear, right? Shout
Jelly,
out to
real quick. We talked Jelly like 15-20 minutes ago. If you want to go back and check it out.
Yeah, after Derp over there, Appy. So just hit that little rewind button. Is it Appy? All right, I almost said Apple.
I almost said Apple too.
But I saw the eye. I caught the eye last minute. So SNEK has lasting power. I don't know, but whatever it is, at least you got it. You can do something. I got a physical product that I can drink, and I don't know what I'm putting in my body right now. But
I can't believe you're getting
27 calories.
4. It sounds terrible.
I just keep thinking of I think it's in the, I don't remember, it's towards the later seasons of The Office when the warehouse workers all win the lottery, and then they some of them reinvest it in some Chinese energy drink. You remember that at all?
Vaguely.
It was it was a little small side story with the Chinese guy in the warehouse and some of the other guys. But, yeah.
I don't remember that over there. When Jelly. All right, so I guess back to old money, you MFers over here. I'm gonna go back because I wanted to play this because it's actually pretty funny. You know how they always do their little funny voice things going on? I guess I gotta shut it again. Yeah, shut the music down real quick, I guess, and I'll go ahead and pull this up. Audio.
My mouse is so bad, it's gotten worse.
All right, let's take a little quick listen here.
Savannah, Georgia. What a beautiful place. It's got traffic lights. Oh, look at that grass. Buildings. Mountains. Trees. Is that a mosque? My God, the diversity. Fountains. Kids. Blood. Flags. Like those. A woman. A horse and a carriage. Wow. Is that a bridge? Another bridge. Good Lord, this place is amazing. Interesting.
Flowers.
Yeah. A second woman? An older woman. I like those. Is that like an ex-slave owner's house or something?
That's kind of
The SEC building. I can't wait to meet Gary. Kids, gross. Oh, fuck babies. Yeah, bye-bye, dipshits. Savannah MeetUp 23. Buy old money. Come one, come all. Or don't come at all. We don't care. But we do. Yeah, that's the date. European style. Oh, and these two are coming. They might bring their crew. Get to meet with the MFers. Anyways, bye-bye. Fuck off. Hold my...
I always love the videos. Oh man, I can listen to that all their little commercials anytime. Over here,
Gotta get their quality. Whoa.
But yeah, let me pull that back up over here for the screen share. But I'm upset that I did not get a chance to go. I had to make the tough decision between NFT LV or the Savannah meetup because it was a little later in the week than I wanted it to be with work, and unfortunately with where I'm at, 2 weeks off was not in the cards. But I got to live vicariously through their Twitter and through the Discord, through Rob over here with his posts and Q, and just getting a chance to see everybody. But they did rent that house out in Savannah, Georgia, and there was a physical auction going on for the back of Bill. Their MX Bob, I think it's 2 or 3. Shit, I don't know. I'm have to go back and look at which one it is.
Really a good time, honestly. It was a good
dude, I was getting FOMO watching through all this stuff. You got Trix and everybody out there, but yeah, it was. I remember this specific fountain because I remember going there. We were in Savannah for a wedding a few months ago, and I know exactly where this is right now.
Sam will be there this weekend, actually.
Are you? Nice.
With today's, that's where my sister lives. Today is Canadian Thanksgiving, so there. I'm seeing my mom.
Oh, that's
nice,
cool. I
dude.
didn't know that.
Nice, dude. Well, happy Canadian
It's pretty
Day.
cool. I like it. Yeah.
Nice. Well, look at this, dude. They got a nice. This reminds me a little bit of the upstairs bar we had last year out in Vegas here. And you can see the physical print for the MX back of Bill right there. It's a little. I don't know. I'll zoom in on another one right here. It is cool. There's Q hanging out right there, and it was just dope to see. I saw they got tattoos when they were out there as well.
That is cool.
I don't know if you guys got a chance to see that. There's some MFers that would, they took the plunge. And actually, I don't know if that was in like their house. It almost looked like it when you walked into where they were at. There's just like a tattoo parlor going on and people getting tattoos.
Is someone in this picture a tattoo artist? They just did it or did them?
I don't know if there was an actual tattoo
I could see
artist.
that for sure. Yeah.
Like I was just following along as we went. But yeah, it was kind of cool to see some like videos, some pictures. You see Ren Ellis here from Overexposed as well. That was out there. So yeah, different community members. Right here to the actual Robbie boy for welcoming us to the city, showing us around. You got I forget the name of the person who won this. God, I'm blanking right now. But yeah, you got the actual physical print, which is dope. Like I know people were showing these off. I don't know if you guys have ever seen or if you're watching over here the actual physical prints for the old money bills. Dude, some of the coolest like high quality things that are out there, like physical art prints. I would love to have one of these. I'm still like trying to figure out which one I want to get for my MX one right now, and actually like hang up over in the office.
You're gonna get a physical print for that one?
I want one. You can see Cash right there. He's got his printed out, but there was somebody else over here who had one printed as well. Yeah, look at this. You got video footage, kind of seeing what they were doing for the week, and it's kind of cool. Like you said, this is individual community. Like Old Money's always done their own thing, like in their own way. Like always kind of been to their own like drum, and it's cool to see that they've got like a second year in a row. They did the meetup in Vegas, which was really fun. And then you got enough of these. Everybody actually took the time to get out here and have a community event for them. So that was really awesome to see.
I wish a couple communities or projects would do this like once a year, like throughout the year. So you have an event for CNFTs, like I know Clay did a meetup during NFT LV, but like a Mallard meetup randomly throughout the year, or what I was trying to think of, like another old money meetup. You know what I'm saying? Like that'd be cool if more communities did this throughout the year.
Yeah, I'm sure they'd like to, some of them, if they could, if they got the turnout that, if everyone could get that kind of time and show up, I'm sure a lot of people would agree though. That'd be a lot of fun. Definitely be awesome.
Yeah.
Let's just do it ourselves, TJ.
Let's do it. Orlando meetup.
There you go.
Meetup.
Well, next time around, if I can plan my weekends better, like I said, if it was one or the other for me this time around, unfortunately, with just my work schedule. So I would have loved to have done both. But it was great to see everybody kind of, like you said, congregate and like I really do. I was getting some old money FOMO watching that over there. There was some. I wanted to pull it up over here. Maybe it's in the Discord as well. But it was just good to see everybody like together in one spot and just celebrating this community that's been built over there through this project. And this is like one of those projects where I just feel like no matter what it's one of those ones like guilty pleasures. I feel like where I buy to collect. Like that's why I want one of those physical pieces for these things, because I'm a collector at heart for them. Like I don't ever expect these things to go anything crazy. Although like I highly admire Trix and what he does in his artwork. He's truly like an artist at that time, and now it'll be interesting to see how they kind of move forward. So I do need to debrief with the old money community and figure out what's going on. Because last I talked with Trix, they were like trying to work with Anvil a little bit and some other things to kind of work on the development side of things for all the MX stuff. That was kind of like their next run. So, but seeing like I said, just
fun.
If you go into their community, like in their Discord, it's still popping no matter what. And that's what I think they built a good group of people. And it's like, how do you like attract like art collectors and just fun, just different people out there, different DJs and just different interests and that all share like that same passion and that same sense of humor.
Yeah, did Dilly go to NFT LV or no?
I don't believe so. I haven't heard from Dilly honestly in a while, so I have no idea what's going on with Dilly. To be honest with you.
We need to think of his own money, and then he lives in Vegas or did. I don't know.
No, I haven't. I mean, I just don't know in general what's going on, but I hope everything's going well with him. Yeah. But it's cool to see, man. I'm a big fan of just the communities getting together. Big shout out to for Trix for putting this whole thing together, and then I know Rob was like the main host over there from in Savannah itself, leading the charge out that way, and then Nick over here hanging out over in chat. Shout out to you, man. Definitely missed you guys. Sorry, I had to get my SNEK in right there.
I don't know how you're gonna do it. You're definitely not sleeping.
Probably not.
I feel like I'd be fucked, man. If I went to bed at like 3 a.m. all jazzed up on SNEK energy and then slept for like an hour and a half, I would be worse than me just staying up the whole time. That's more what I wish you the best.
Yeah, we'll see what happens, right?
Yeah.
I always love seeing these fun things like here. I always get caught up like, other people like find like some of the work that Trix has done in the past, like the animation he did for the weekend back in like 2011. We were talking about TJ. I think I showed you like the music video where he did like an uncut version of one for Drake way back when too. So like his art style and like his animations are just like always like they're just crazy and out there, and it's really cool to see some of the people that he's worked with as well. You can definitely see his art style.
Well, I love the Terrence and Phillips style with the mouth and the heads that he does. It's obviously a little more. It's obviously way more in depth detail wise, but as far as like the separation of the mouth and the head, I always like that he does that.
Yeah. When it comes to like the artist side of things, like I mean, Trix is definitely like one of those top tier ones out there. It's just like I said, he's a really cool dude. So I always encourage everybody to go check out what Old Money's got going on. And it's mainly just their community and the artwork side of things. Like it truly feels like one of those like I don't know, almost like an FU to just our monetary system in general. It's such a fun, like, I don't know, like irony, kind of a joke when it comes down to the way like old money is being used, the inflation times. The way I don't know, I've always enjoyed the project itself.
Absolutely. Yeah. Sure. They have a great sense of humor and they are creative in a different way. They do things differently, but it's not always on like necessarily like a dev side for like, hey, this thing's going to be like staking and it's not like Derp Birds. It's very different. They do amazing things on the dev side, but it's like with their minting experience and things like that.
Absolutely. Well, shout out to Old Money. If you guys are not, obviously you can catch up on some of the stuff we've covered them a bunch and had them onto the channel a few times. So need to catch up, you know, with everybody. There's so much to always keep an eye on inside the space, even when there's not a lot going on.
You always
feels like it. Always find something. But I can tell you this week alone, definitely interested in minting some derp outposts. Be curious to see at the end of the month. I think maybe we'll catch up on that a little bit later. The farmers market's happening with Future Fest on Halloween, I believe it is this year too, with Veggie Mates and Future Fest. So that'll be a cool little thing to see all the different boosts and projects that are participating on that. I'll get a chance to join this time around too. So you got that going on.
Happening on Halloween, right?
It's hot. Yeah, I believe it's on actually October 31st, which I don't think it's like a Tuesday or something.
Yeah, I think it is a Tuesday.
Yeah, it's interesting.
You guys got Halloween planned this year? TJ, you got kids, so it's totally
trick or treat with kids. Yeah,
that's totally different.
But I'll still be home by like 6:37.
Well, yeah, but you get to do fun stuff now because like they want you to be characters. I assume it's more your wife that but like do you guys get to dress up some more?
Well, this year my son wants to be Spider-Man, so I'm getting an Uncle Ben shirt.
Okay, see, there you go. Exactly.
We have like a little potluck thing going on at work this on that day. I got to figure out a little costume, do something like that. And I don't really dress up too much.
Yeah, I don't get as excited for that like at work. Like, I mean, I enjoy the idea of it. Then when it comes down to it, it's like the payoff's just not quite there.
Well, especially in Florida though, too. Like if you go outside dressed up, it's hot. Yeah, so it's like anything you're wearing, you want to just throw at most like a wig on and just like the t-shirt or pants to replicate what you're trying to do. Because if you throw like a mask on and a full long sleeve costume, it's just like you're sweating the entire time.
Right. It's October. It's supposed to be kind of like cool outside, or be nice.
It is a little cooler up here though lately.
It was today and yesterday though. It was actually really beautiful. It was like 70 degrees outside. It was awesome. I kicked ass. Yeah. But I mean, we're not dummies. It's going to be back to 95 in like 2 days. They try to trick you. It's not happening.
Next week here, Sunday to Wednesday, it's going to be in the 60s and 50s at nighttime. We'll see. Exactly.
We'll see. Is my audio going out again? I'm on the Wi-Fi.
What?
Okay, my Wi-Fi little thing's popping back up over there. It was a cool comment from Arrow Art over there. He said, "It's cool as an artist that projects give our art utility, even though art is utility." Which is interesting, right? Like as an artist, like obviously people are there to collect and for the enjoyment, whatever it may be. But it's interesting how like Web3 gives, a community behind all that art. And then you can kind of, like I said, take it into its own storyline or whatever you want to do with it. But it's a cool concept. They said there's old money.
I like that.
Yeah. Old money bongs or something else. And then they said, I said lamp, excuse me. Over there. Flower base.
We had to do that. I mean, we didn't. It wasn't straight Grandma's Boy where they put flowers in it, but I think we were all sitting in my bedroom smoking my hookah, and my stepdad walked in or something like that. He didn't say anything. But that's what we thought. Like, imagine if he just like backed out and was like, "Hey, nice new boss."
Next morning, out there on the living room table. With some nice flowers.
Set up the charcoal at the stove. I remember those days.
That was some tea. Yeah, we were literally sitting there using the stove top to like start because we didn't have those quick light charcoal. And apparently
the shisha that you had
walked out.
That was good.
Yeah, I haven't done that in a while.
I have a feeling I'm gonna be up all night.
You're 100. Okay, let's chug the whole thing. You're not going to sleep.
Yeah,
what time are you gonna get off tomorrow?
I don't know. I got off work literally at 8 o'clock tonight, so an hour before this stream.
You're gonna get tired like at 3 a.m. You're gonna get tired.
I'm gonna pop me
another. Like sometimes, like
you think you're like,
oh, I'm good to go. Good. Like I even, we've done that where you stay up all night and you're like, oh damn, like I'm actually feeling like all right. I'm not even that tired. And then there's just like it's like 6:40 a.m. It's like damn, it's like too late to go to sleep now. Yeah. I'm all of a sudden exhausted.
Tommy, you do realize you're 35 now, right? You're not, 18 or 21 anymore doing this.
Hey, you know what, dude? It's just you just power through it. Never say never.
Young forever.
Yeah.
Well,
stay young.
Stay in school.
I make a business. Alex, you forgot smoking lamp. Oops. I hope that was the expensive piece.
Who is that? Rob Schneider?
Rob Schneider, yeah. Trying to get the rent.
Yes.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's a
Is
great
that
quote.
expensive piece?
What is his roommate just spends the money on like strippers or something?
Massage therapist.
Massage therapist. You're a hooker.
They're not.
That's a good one, actually. I forgot about that. You're a hooker. I might actually throw that on after this. Fall asleep too.
Oh, man. It's a good movie. Underrated Adam Sandler film, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Man.
Actually,
We used to use knives on the stove to spot some. Oh man, we're getting up there, huh? Yeah, 35. That's an interesting. Man, I got 1 year left. We'll see what happens here, guys. And now we'll become
Friday then. You know.
You know.
I've done hot knives before. We know what. Yeah, I know what you're talking about, Arrow.
Well, I guess like I said, 2-year anniversary happening this Sunday, so big little milestone for us. I guess maybe we'll chat a little bit about it on the podcast for Friday, but just appreciate everybody all who's still hanging out with us. If you guys have been hanging out with us since the beginning, truly appreciate the OGs out there. Like I said, shout out to the Shiny showing up over there. I believe Crawfish, if I remember right over there, you are an F35 OG as well, right? Unless I think so, right? Unless I'm tripping over there, or we was at one point. I don't remember. I'm terrible about these kind of things. I thought though, my memory. Oh no, 2.0. Damn. Wow.
Yeah, the original group is.
There was someone from Ghost Chain then that was an OG. I don't know why I thought it was him. Hey, either way, shout out to the OG 2.0s. Crawfish, dude. I don't know what happened. I could have sworn you were an OG.
Then? Who was it? Who was the Ghost Chain? He's not too. That's true though. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Now I got to go look at all our OGs. Shout out to the OGs who are still here.
Jazzy Fresh, Annihilator.
TJ's finding them all out there.
Jack Potato Q's and OG NFG Ryan. O-Side is.
Yeah, shout out to O-Side over there. Shout out to Blake. Blake CNFT is E46. I see down there. You got Shax over there from Her Monsters. OG Masa. Mr. Durden from Big. You got NFG Ryan. Shout out to our NFG podcast. O-Side. Yeah, I'm looking at Shiny. Tau Crypto, F35 OG. True DJ over there. Words and one.
Is he really? Tau's an OG.
Tau's an OG, yeah.
That's awesome.
Still here.
All right, I didn't know that.
Turd Ferguson.
We keep it to him. Why do we do that? We can discuss swapping that out.
No, but the best are OG.
Like if we're talking, you know what I mean? If Crawfish isn't an OG, then
the best part about the OG rolls.
When was the last time we even got an eggplant in there? When was the last time an eggplant was in the chat?
It was probably a couple months. It was like maybe a month or two ago. He popped in. I saw.
Okay.
Yeah, not too long ago.
Anyway, as long as he's keeping that quota up, as he's hitting quota, we're all right.
No, dude, Arrow Art, never too old for Freedom 35ers. It's Freedom, whatever your AGR at this point. Freedom 51er. There's no way to say one. Is it like 50 Freedom 52ers?
51ster?
52nders. I don't know.
I just rolled over my 401k to a Roth the other day, and the guy was like, "Oh, is your plan going to be to retire at 63?" And I was like, "Unless retire at 35." And he's just like, "So do you want to put 63 or 35?" So you just put 63. No, that's fine. I was trying to make a joke, and he was not like feeling.
He was not at all, right? Did you should have asked him what your 5-year plan was? Don't die. Oh man. That was the first thing.
I gotcha.
That was literally, I still a running joke with me and my wife. One of the first things she asked me on our first date was, she literally asked me what my 5-year plan was, and me just being the idiot that I was, I literally said to her, "Don't die." And she was just looking at me and she's like, "Oh, okay." Like didn't know the joke at all. And I had to proceed to explain, and now she knows like every Adam Sandler quote there is out there because of that. But
I mean, that's a great deflection, because I wouldn't have an actual answer either. So like, I'm gonna have to do that. Like, oh, let me just distract you with a stupid joke you're not gonna get a reference to. If we spend like 30 minutes, we'll talk about Adam Sandler movies instead of me not having any idea what the fuck I'm doing right now.
We know what blew my mind.
She probably told all of her friends in a group chat that night that you said that.
I hope so. It was a great story though. A great answer if you think about it.
It's a great way to defer. I couldn't answer that shit. I don't what.
Like
yeah, don't die. Literally, don't die.
Road.
Unironically.
Zip it, old man River. I'll break your hip. Oh man, that's fun. Is it like is this a job interview? Yeah, 100%. That's what I was thinking in my head. I have such a dumb sense of humor though. Everything's a quote in my mind. So as immediately when she said 5-year plan, the first thing that pulled out of my brain was a Big Daddy quote.
It's either literally with me, it's a movie quote or a song lyric. Like someone says something, I think of a song immediately.
Absolutely.
Or a movie
quote. Yeah, brainworms.
See, J-Hub knows the deal right there. He said chicks love Adam Sandler references. Just depends on the age group, you know?
You didn't follow up with it though.
I just saw that after he did that. J-Hub got me, man. He done roasted me. Just waking you guys up over there. I'm flying high on SNEK energy.
Tommy's trying to milk this to 11.
Yeah, see, Hugs Not Rugs, we never actually said what I think we did. If you guys go back to the original OGs, we never mentioned on exactly how to get it, except in the pinned chat of the F35 chat over there. I believe. No, it's in pinned messages.
Pinned messages, okay.
Pinned messages over there.
I think it's in the announcement, not the chat though.
Is it in the announcements too?
It was on one of those, yeah.
Positive you pinned it in that.
Yeah.
Oh, now I need to go figure out where that is as well.
No, I got like the mouse wheels clicked in, so just letting it ride all the way up.
Maybe I didn't pin it over there. Is there more pinned messages than I know about right now? Maybe not. It is in the announcements though. It was like one of the first announcements we ever did.
Yes, like, you said. You want me to read it?
Yeah, bring it up on screen, dude. Share that screen. How did people get the OG roll back in the day? Does your share screen work, TJ?
Yeah, to share a window.
Oh, there you go. What date was that?
February 18th, 2022.
February 18th. So, wow. What does it say?
Wow, that's awesome.
After you check everything out, shoot Freedom35ers a DM to claim the OG roles. Only 35 of them will ever be available to our closest community members. Thanks again for stopping by. Looking forward to getting to know everyone. What a time that was, man. So shout out to everybody that read.
I didn't think we had this many people ever in our
Discord.
In our Discord, yeah, no.
I promise there will be.
We'd have like 30 of us hanging out. I feel bad now. It's even worse because I don't get to talk nearly as much as I want to.
Yeah.
Gotta get it working again on my phone.
I don't know how you don't have Discord on your phone. That freaks me out.
No, it's just like completely broken.
No.
I can get it working sometimes.
We need to figure out ways to integrate back the OG role. We kind of got away from that just because like things have gotten busy, and then like YouTube, we were trying to work on the YouTube growing. I think there'll be a way for whatever, if ever we do some sort of anything as far as project wise goes. Obviously priority to be given to our OGs as there, but
and the 2.0s though. And
2.0s, 100%. Yeah, because not everybody from the shout out to the OGs who are still active out there, but also shout out to the OG 2.0s. We wouldn't be here, and this chat wouldn't be as lively without you guys. So huge shout out to our 2.0s.
Kind of the real heroes there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Those were the golden days, though. You know, the olden golden days. It was just a different time, man. Everything was popping. Our videos are getting like 600-700 a pop out there, and I do argue that our content's better these days, but you know, it's just the interest. You know, I don't know if anybody got a chance to watch our last episode. As far as the podcast episode goes, I don't know if you guys are down for some soup talk, but you guys should go check that one out. Ridiculous episode. It's a lot of fun to record.
And if you do watch it and get to the soup part, write down your favorite soup.
German potato soup.
Also, just the fact that how good Tommy is, or was that you, TJ, or Tommy? Tommy, you were making.
Sniped you on the lobster bisque.
You're just making calls left and right. It was just kind of wild. It's like that guy at the fair that can guess like your weight and your age and your birthday. You're just like, you can just look at someone and know what kind of soup they like.
That's gonna be my commercial for SNEK energy. It just gets you in the zone.
You made me think of the stupid clowns at the fair that go in the dunk tank and they just shout stuff at you to piss you off. Like just literally just degrade you instantly.
When you said clown right there, it made me automatically think of Happy Gilmore. You're gonna die, clown.
That's all. Billy Madison.
Oh,
hey,
okay.
Kids, you think that I was dead?
Your spelling got a hemorrhage in my head. Oh man. Would you need any more gum? We're showing our age tonight. Shout out to the 2 viewers who just lost.
Shout out to Adam Sandler. Let's get him on the show.
Oh man.
Yeah, Adam, what are you doing? Come on down.
Where are you at, man?
Ball in New York, dude. Come on now.
We're just talking it through. At this point, if you guys are here, we're just here for the entertainment, man. That's where we're at these days. So we hope you guys always at least enjoy hanging out with us, or at least provide some sort of entertaining value to your Monday nights. We appreciate everybody hanging out with us. I think we're going to go ahead and officially wrap it down here on the back end over on our live stream. And shout out to everybody hanging out with us tonight. If you guys are interested in Jellycubes, next week, Monday the 16th, we will have Jason on from Block, or aka Block is Hot, aka Breaker of Chains, aka whatever name you want to give him over there. But we will have him on Monday night, 9 p.m. Eastern. So if you guys are looking for more questions or didn't get them answered in previous spaces that go on this week, you can go ahead and do that. 2-year anniversary happens this Sunday. So shout out to everybody who's been here, all our OGs. And if you have not yet, I forgot to run the banner, but consider hitting that like button down there in the description if you guys are enjoying the content. And if you guys are chatting, that means you're subbed. And if you're not and you're lurking, go ahead and hit that sub button. You can go ahead and chat with us. Although I don't think I put subscribers only mode on tonight. So everybody, free for all tonight.
I feel like the flight attendant, like just giving the actual demonstration while you're talking, like in the seatbelt clicking in with the pulling. There it is. Safety.
I wish I could just do the little.
It's Tommy Boy. He does it. The exits are over.
All that. See that right there? Just reminded me. Night at the Roxbury. 2 weeks of work for nothing. Where they get pulled over. How many cases of SNEK did I get? And how many I'm going to go through tonight? Got 3 cases. I've gone through 3 total so far since added my first case right there. So, all right. You guys see me getting crazy. Oh, last real quick thing, and just needs a quick shout out over there because I completely forgot about it. Actually, you know what? I'll mention that over on Wednesday. That goes on the podcast over there. Shout out to all you mongrels.
Write it down because we'll forget.
Cliffhanger.
Golden boot. Das boot. And with that, we will sign off and see you guys on Friday. Peace.
Peace.